Welcome back to another Smart Fit Method 101. In today's episode, I'd like to share with you a personal story. This is a personal journey that I went on that allowed me to regain my athletic capabilities. And it was all possible because of a piece of equipment that we refer to as the Smart Cold HIIT at the Smart Fit Method. This piece of equipment combines cooling, compression, low impact, high intensity interval training while in a seated position. Now, the entire protocol is only 21 minutes long, but you wouldn't think that 21 minutes could have the type of impact it had for me. So growing up, I was a competitive cyclist. I also was a profound fitness junkie. And I was somebody who prided myself on always being one of the fittest people in any room I walked into. So I bought in full tilt on the fitness industry's more is better. And I went to the gym an hour and a half every day. I trained on my bike regularly, and all while I was running an entrepreneurial business. But all of this load on my system eventually caused me to develop a thoracic aortic aneurysm at the age of 49. This is quite concerning because it's life-threatening. Some people refer to it as a ticking time bomb. But what the cardiologist told me is that I should never walk up a hill again and that I should never lift anything over 40 pounds. That's pretty concerning. I don't know how I was going to maintain muscle or cardiovascular system or even be able to go out and do the things I love doing in my life. So after being on the couch for 4.5 months, doing nothing and being completely depressed, I realized I needed to get up and do something. I needed to try and solve this problem. So I contacted my friends over at Vasper, and I asked them, can you tell me whether or not I can use this piece of equipment that you've developed to assist astronauts with atrophy when they come back from outer space, or to make basketball players jump higher, or to improve the health of cardiovascular patients or spinal rehab patients? There must be something in this equipment that would be beneficial to me. Well, of course, they were concerned about the legal ramifications if they were to say, go ahead, and something happened. So they sent me to the interventional cardiologist who wrote the paper for them, Dr. Geoffrey Gladden in Dallas, Texas. I flew over to his offices. The first thing he did is met with me and looked at where my health had deteriorated to over the last 4.5 months. What was my cardiovascular capability at this point? And unfortunately, it had deteriorated to a 54-year-old. A 54-year-old male, and I was 49 years of age. That's not a good direction for someone like myself to be happy with. Also, I'd lost 15 pounds of lean muscle mass, which is staggering because as we get older, we atrophy so fast. A statistic recently came out showing that males over age 50 will lose an average of 3.3 pounds of muscle every 10 days that they're sedentary. That's terrifying because we know that staying strong is critical to our overall health span. So the second thing he did is he looked at me on this machine, put all the stress tests on me, and tried to determine whether or not it was safe for me to use it. The great news, it was. It didn't cause any additional risk to my aortic aneurysm. So I bought one. I flew back to my home in Hawaii, and I got on it 3 times a week for just 21 minutes. I went through the protocols that you're familiar with here at Smart Fit Method and worked out on them. Now, I didn't do anything else, and I can assure you I didn't do anything else because I was terrified to do anything other than this because I had been cleared for it. What was fascinating, though, was after 3 months had passed by, I started feeling better. I started feeling like I was gaining muscle again. I could kind of get a sense that my athletic capabilities were coming back, but I wasn't sure. So I went back to Dallas to quantify the results. I met with Dr. Gladden again. He tested me, and my VO2 max, or cardiovascular system, had improved from a 54-year-old average male to an elite 45-year-old athlete. I was staggered. I'd been working out for decades, hours and hours every day, trying to establish these kinds of transformations in my body. And yet in just 3 workouts a week for 21 minutes, I got this benefit and this kind of result. This put me on a deep dive journey into the equipment that you now see on the floor in Smart Fit Methods in all of our facilities, looking for different pieces of technology that maybe were available, but just not to you or I in the general public. And I wanted to make sure that this became accessible to everybody. So that's why we built Smart Fit Method, to try and help each and every one of you access all of this great technology, this great science, and help that you can prevent A, ever getting into a situation that I'm in, but B, be able to improve your health no matter what your circumstances are. To give you an efficient, effective, safe way to be able to go outside and enjoy all the wonderful things that we can do in this world because we're fit enough.